So today we're going to do a character analysis on President Donald Trump on his Meet the Press interview. Donald Trump did a Meet the Press interview with, I believe her name is Kristen Welker. Okay, she used to actually do news here in Philly, so we knew that she was going to be somebody big. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make here, or what you're going to make in this video, is this: Donald Trump, the President of the United States, a sick, disgusting, vile man, went on what people would call a liberal platform. For what? I don't know. Even though Donald Trump, for 90% of his life, 95% of his life, was actually a Democrat, until it was time for him to become the president, then all of a sudden he had to switch over to become a Republican for some reason. All right, but let's hit play and hear what this evil man has to say.
And they should be reimbursed for that.
Do you think anyone who attacked police officers on January 6th should get taxpayer money?
I wouldn't be inclined to say so, but I have to see it.
Non-answer. I wouldn't be inclined to say so. Do you believe that someone that attacked police officers should get taxpayer money? I'm not sure. Now imagine if that was a black man. Imagine if that was President Barack Obama, okay? And they said, and someone asked him, do you believe that people that attack police officers should get taxpayer money? If Barack Obama said, I'm not sure, like he just did here, or said yes, they would try to run him out of D.C. on a rail the next day. I guarantee you that. There will be news flashes all day long. President says that criminals should get taxpayer money. All right. I guarantee you there'll be people from all 50 states. I'm not even exaggerating, rushing to D.C. to try to they would literally invade the White House to get rid of that man. But this man can sit here and he's asked a question: do you believe the people that attack police officers that killed them should get taxpayer money? And he's like, look, this lets you know USA is most definitely an extremely racist nation. All right. He can sit here and bluster and act like it doesn't really matter. Okay. And she's questioning him about the January 6th criminals, insurrectionists who tried to overturn democracy in this nation. One of the most insane days the USA has ever seen since its founding. Okay, since the beginning of the nation, that a sitting president could cause an insurrection, all right, and then be elected again, which is even more insane. But the fact that he could cause that, he should have been arrested that same day. But they allowed him to continue. Let's go back a little bit and hit play here.
Reimbursed for that.
Do you think anyone...
Also, that noise is the rain. It started to rain because even the rain itself couldn't stand Donald Trump lying so much. Okay, so even the rain. First the mic start messing up on his interview. Watch the whole thing. The mic start messing up because the mic couldn't stand being on Donald Trump's body. Then after that, when the mic had to stay there, and the mic tried to leave, and said, "No, you got to stay here." The rain started pouring really, really loud outside to try to drown his lying behind out. Let's continue this.
Who attacked police officers on January 6th should get taxpayer money?
I wouldn't be inclined to say so, but I have to see it. I can tell you this, 97% of those people, you look at them, the FBI or whoever it was, because you had a lot of crooked cops, you had dirty cops. Comey was a dirty cop.
Well,
a guy like Bolton was a dirty cop.
There's no evidence.
Wait a minute.
See how this sick man just lies? Now he's trying to say that you have dirty cops. So are you saying that the cops who died on the insurrection that you created when you said come to the Stop the Steal rally to stop them from making me not the president because I lost the election, and he said, quote, on Twitter, it'll be wild? Are you trying to allege the people that died, the cops that died, were dirty? Now, of course, he's gonna say I'm not saying it, but then why are you saying that? That is the boundaries of the conversation. The boundaries of the conversation, the context of the context of this conversation is the cops and the people that were responsible for their death. That's it. And he's throwing in that confinement into that container. All right, crooked cops, to say, oh, these cops are crooked, or did you say they're crooked, sir? Well, I'm not saying, maybe I am. Why are you saying that? Because that's what you're trying to say. He thinks he's very, very slick, and people listen to him, and they are like, oh, well, he didn't mean it. No, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's 80-something years old. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Oh, you think Comey was a straight
people
cop?
who pleaded guilty to assaulting police
Comey
officers.
was a dirty cop.
No,
they
but
had
the people
FBI.
who assaulted police
Listen to me.
officers.
They had FBI agents ushering them into the building. They had FBI go into.
That's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. Just a liar. Every time I see this man, it almost makes me upset just to look at this evil man's face. Just to look at this evil man's face. Just lying. He's saying that now they FBI agents ushering them in to break the law. What about when they were bursting? Remember that part when they tried to burst into the chambers and a woman got shot and killed? Remember when that happened, y'all? Because she was trying to break into a chamber she did not belong in. Where were the FBI at then? Where the FBI never said, "Oh no, wait a minute, open the doors"? Why didn't they open doors for her? Because he's lying. That's why he's just a liar, and he's the president of the United States. Now, if he would lie about this, what other things would he lie about? How about everything? What about but there's no election interference with Russia? That's a lie. Everything that he says is a lie. Okay. You may say, "Oh no, you're wrong." No, I'm right. They asked Vladimir Putin, "Did you help Donald Trump win the election?" And he said, "Yes, I did." But nothing is enough for y'all to support this demonic man.
Those people walking around, they're looking always in this night. They weren't in. They were being ushered into the building.
There's no evidence.
You had a bunch of dirty cops, and frankly, what they did was weaponization of our government.
But sir, there's no evidence of that. More than 1,000 people.
No, there's none. You know what you do? Try looking at the tapes one time.
Would you take it?
We all saw the tapes live, wondering what's going to happen to our country when you had a mob going to try to overturn an election that you lost. Everyone saw the tapes, whether they saw it live, like I did, I believe, or whether I know I actually saw it live, okay, or if they were at work and saw it later, okay. Everyone saw it. Someone go back and watch the tapes. It's not worse than an old liar. He's been a liar his entire life, but it's not worse than a person that's been lying their entire life and they're old and just sitting there lying. Why go back and watch the tapes? We saw the tapes. Okay, he's conflating different things, trying to talk about Comey and calling him dirty when he wasn't. The only one that was dirty was Donald Trump. He accused innocent people in the government of being criminals when he was criminal because he doesn't want to be locked up. So he'll accuse anyone of a crime and get them arrested or something bad, have some bad with them just so he can get off scot-free. It's shameful. This man should have been in prison 1,000 times over, but instead he's just walking around free. And one reason is because he's a white man, and the United States loves to, and it's just the truth. Okay, the United States loves to say that basically like white men are like angels and they can't commit a crime. When a black man is accused of a crime, he's seen as guilty immediately. When a white man is accused of a crime of killing his wife or whatever it case it be, it's always, well, let's look at what's going on. Let's think about this. When you can see the person is guilty. Okay, it's just how his nation is run. That's why Donald Trump is the president right now. He's used his race not only to attack people to attack minorities and people of other races, but he's also used his race as a shield to allow him to commit thousands of crimes. Okay, that's why he has been sued more than anyone else in the USA. This man who's the president has been sued so many times you will not believe. All right, but he always able to get away. It's not just because he has money; it's because of his skin color also, and he knows that. All right, if you can't see that, you must be completely blind.
Look at the tapes one time.
But 172 people did plead guilty to assaulting police officers.
You know why they pled guilty?
Should they be exempt?
Because they told they were going to jail for 15 years if they didn't.
Should they?
They pled guilty because they were.
Another bull-faced lie. Another bull-faced lie. They all were told the exact same thing. Is that what happened to Donald Trump? And why would they be told that they've been go to prison? Maybe because they were trying to break into official chambers in D.C. to break the law and actually hang the vice president because someone came there with a noose and they all were part of a gang to do that? Isn't it funny how the Americans wanted those black people, and there were people that were rioting a few years ago, and around 2020, 2022, they wanted them to all to be killed when they were rioting and breaking into these stores. But these people can break into official chambers with a noose to hang the vice president. Okay, over a lie. Whereas in these black people, they were rioting many times because of innocent black people who were killed and were given no justice. Whereas here, Donald Trump, he was given justice. He was given a fair election and he lost. Okay, and when he lost, I actually believe Donald Trump lost both elections. He lost the first time. He cheated and had Putin help him win. Okay, which Putin even said. The second time he lost and he tried to cheat again. That's why the January 6th happened. Okay, he was trying to cheat again by trying to force a change in actual votes. All right. That's how evil this man is. That's how much a criminal this man is.
Frightened. They went down. They were ushered into a building. Many of them were arrested without even going into the building.
So you'd be okay with them receiving taxpayer dollars?
If you're so...
Sorry for any commercial that may play, y'all. But anyway, I like how she asked me this very important question. Okay, so all lies you're saying, are you comfortable with those people getting taxpayer money? He can't just say yes or no.
ushered into a building. Many of them were arrested without even going into the building.
Okay with them receiving taxpayer dollars?
The people were destroyed by dirty cops and by weaponization. Many of those people should be compensated. Now, with that being said, as I understand it, the weaponization fund was going to set up a group of people, people that could be picked by anybody, fair people, smart people, and they will go on an individual case basis.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the weaponization fund. I love the idea because people like you, the fake, dirty press, the crooked press, people like stupid Biden, he's not smart enough to know what's going on, but people that surrounded him, surrounded his beautiful, resolute desk in the open.
At this point, this demonic, evil, disgusting Epstein file man, this Epstein file man, what he's trying to do now is get out of the interview. So he starts attacking Kristen Welker for no reason at all. That's why I'll start at this point to let you see how she's not doing anything wrong to him. She's asking him a simple question. And Donald Trump knows he can't handle this. Because if you watch the rest of his interview, it's like 40 minutes long. She's giving him softball questions. Being very, very nice to him as he lies for 40 minutes. All right. But now she starts getting down to the nitty gritty of everything. The real meat of the matter. And Donald Trump says, oh, time for me to go. And you're going to see this evil man. All right. I'm trying to think of a way to describe him. Is going to get up, throw the mic on the ground, and then step on the microphone. I mean, I'm a videographer. Okay, every single month I'm miking people up for their interviews, but shows. I meant to say, right? And I cannot imagine if someone were to get mad, take the mic off, and then throw that mic on the ground. But that's how ignorant and nasty this man is. You're gonna see.
Office. What they did to the lives of people, they destroyed people. They sent people to jail who did nothing wrong.
They destroyed people. He's talking about the people who basically arrested his January 6th insurrectionists, right? Who destroyed who? Think about it. 5 people died. They were literally destroyed. And you're defending the people. He literally defending the people that killed 5 people. And saying that they were destroyed. When actually they're still alive. Whereas if 5 people actually died, be on his account, okay, on his clock, on his watch, Donald Trump is responsible for all those people's deaths for sure. Why? Because he sent them down, or he actually told the people, go down here. I'll meet you guys down there. Remember when he said that? And he said, I'll meet you guys down there. Then when they went down there to that building to break in, Donald Trump was nowhere to be found. Instead, Donald Trump was somewhere else, as the video showed, watching with his daughter and his sons, watching on CCTV. Okay, watching on TVs to see how things would transpire. Because of course, Donald Trump would not be there with his cult followers because he doesn't want to be next to them. All right, he has no problem being on the stage above them, but he doesn't want to be around them or next to them because he detests those people. Remember, most of his life he was a Democrat, he was not a Republican, and these people are hardliners when it comes to being a Republican.
Just to be very clear, there's no evidence of what you're saying. But let me ask you about Todd Blanche. Listen
to me.
Let's talk
There's
about Todd
tremendous
Blanche.
evidence. There's nothing but evidence. The election was rigged. It was a dirty election.
Mr.
And it's happening again right now in California.
Never presented evidence.
It's happening right now in California.
I like how she's playing hardball with him. She tries to go into the next question. He won't let her go into the next question. So now she's okay. Well, where's the evidence of that? Where's evidence? Because you know that Donald Trump has no evidence. All he's good at is lying, manipulating people, and lying some more.
California.
Rigged.
Right now, look at what's happening in California.
To that?
It's
the
4
Republicans
days.
are doing well in
California. No, they're not. They're dropping fast because it's a rigged election. Let me tell you, it's 4 days.
Because whenever he loses or Republicans lose, who are his buddies, it's rigged. Isn't that funny? All Trump supporters always rigged when they're losing, isn't it? I think it's so funny. It's always rigged when he's losing. When they're winning, it's not rigged, is it? Okay, even though Vladimir Putin, I helped him rig the election. It's never rigged when he goes and tells his followers to go and forcefully change an election, which will be rigging an election. Okay, or when he called, I think the guy in Georgia or wherever, he was calling. Remember when Trump was calling a hot mic saying, "I need you to find the votes," and they said you lost. I mean, not you lost, but your candidate, whoever lost. the guy who you went to win, and then Trump said no, you need to find the votes. That's not rigging, okay? When Donald Trump, when it's going for Donald Trump, when it's against Donald Trump, oh no, everything is rigged. When his people have lost, oh, everything is rigged.
And they aren't even close to coming up with it.
That's how they count the votes in California.
You know why they're doing that? Because they're cheating on the election.
Do you have evidence to support
all
that?
I have to do is look. All I have to do is look.
That's not evidence.
And I listen to people, and let's see what happens.
But sir, that's not evidence.
Do you think it's appropriate?
That's how they count the votes in California.
Do you think it's appropriate that they have an election and 5 days later they're nowhere close to picking a winner?
State and local officials acknowledge they are slow. They're urging.
No, they're crooked.
They're urging the votes to be counted quickly. That's how they vote in California.
They're crooked, just like you're crooked. Your press is crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked.
To be fair, I'm not crooked, but let's
really.
Let's
well,
continue.
You play right into their hands.
Let's continue.
You're either crooked or you're stupid. You play right into.
He called this woman who interviewed his dirty, filthy, doo-doo smelling behind. I'm just gonna say that because he wears Pampers and he smells like doo-doo, and that's a fact. I'm not making that up. If you don't believe me, type in Donald Trump smells like poop, okay, and you'll see plenty of clips of people who are behind him, who are his officials, as part of his cabinet, all right, who are holding their nose or making weird faces when Donald Trump dumps inside of his Pampers, okay, his Depends, right while they're doing meetings. Okay, and if he does that on live television, can you imagine what else they're going through? And she's sitting in front of this man who may be smelling like poop as they're talking to each other. And he called her either dumb or crooked. Okay, right to the woman's face. Now, if this is how Donald Trump treats women on TV, can you imagine how he talks to women when they're not on TV? Can you imagine the respect that he has for women? I don't think he had a lot of respect for women. That's why when I hear those stories of Epstein files, of all the awful things he's done to these young women, I believe it 1,000%. Because this is how he acts in front of a camera when a woman is interviewing his behind. And he actually asked them to come and interview him. Can you imagine that? Please come interview me. Please give me more. I'm down in the polls. I'm doing worse than any president in history in the polls. Please come and interview me to help me get my poll numbers up. Okay, we'll come and interview you, Mr. President. And then you're going to come and call a woman crooked when she's done nothing but tell you the truth. And you're sitting here with an orange face, with dyed blind eyebrows, okay, looking like a lizard. Just disgusting.
Their hands with this rap. You know that these elections are rigged. Your network knows that they're rigged. You know that I won an election in a landslide, and I got 94% bad press.
But Mr. President,
you know why I got that?
Because
you have no credibility.
But you've never presented evidence that it was rigged. Let's keep talking about.
You got bad press because all you do is lie 24/7. That's why you get bad press. Because everything you do is wrong and evil. That's why you get bad press. Come on now.
Talk about Todd
You
Blanche.
have more evidence. There's more evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk
your
about
elections
you
in this country. We're like a third world country. Your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked.
I like how he says your elections are crooked. You're the president of the United States. This man is such a joke. It's astonishing. You're the president of the United States, and you're saying your elections are crooked. That's the same thing. That's tantamount to me owning a restaurant. I start a restaurant from scratch. I own a restaurant. And then I go to an employee who I just hired and I say, your prices are bad. The one employee will say, well, you're the one that started the company. I don't control the prices. You do. What are you talking about? Man, it's unbelievable. Your elections are crooked. You're the president of the United States.
Mr. President.
And so is ABC and CBS and CNN.
But Mr. President.
You're one-sided crooked networks. All right, let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
Actually, he stepped on the mic twice. He throws the mic on the ground, as you can see. We're going to zoom in on it. He throws the mic on the ground, then he kicks dirt on it because they're like in a farm, okay? Donald Trump thought of a great place for him to meet. Not in a hotel. He couldn't afford that, okay, with all the money that he's stealing from us. He had to meet in a farm, okay?
But Mr. President.
You're one-sided crooked networks. All right, let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President. I traveled all the way to
See that? He dropped it on the ground, and then he moves his foot up. But let's continue.
Wisconsin.
I've sat in the rain with you.
I know.
I've sat in the rain
all
with
the way
you
to
for an hour,
Wisconsin.
on and off in the rain. and I've given you enough
I've sat in the ring with you for an hour, even though you called them to interview you.
time. You ought to straighten out your press because you know what?
Mr.
A
President.
country
And Donald Trump knows that, because this is going to be coming to clips as even in this video right now is just a clip of this. But if you watch the whole thing, you will see that she says the president invited us to come to talk to him, meaning that he said, "Come, I'm here. Come and speak to me. Meet the press." All right. He invited them to come. He wanted them to come. He wanted the press. He wanted good press or press. But then they said, I'm glad they said it. They said that he invited us, but he's saying, "I sat there all this time and suffered." No, you called them. Okay.
can never be great with a dishonest
Listen,
press.
we
Come on, let's
traveled
go.
all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
He purposely did that. When he stepped on that mic, he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. And all of that is just a show. He could have actually broken their mic right there. Also, I want to say that, okay? He probably did. He broke their lavalier mic. He broke their mic, okay? Just a disgusting, despicable, disrespectful man. Can you imagine? You have equipment and somebody comes and says, "Please interview me." All right, I can't. If someone did to me, we may be in court. Okay, you asked me to interview behind. I come and do you a favor, and then you get mad for no reason at all because you're lying, and I won't allow you to continue to lie. Take the mic off, throw it on the ground, step on it, kick it, excuse me, and then step on it, breaking it, and walk away. And this man is the president of the United States of America.